Like a spoken language, every programming language has its own syntax and rules, and often some quirks. JavaScript is no different. Let's dive into JavaScript syntax, starting with variables. A variable holds a piece of data that our application works with. Each variable has a name, such as feedback, so we can reference it. Be sure to give each variable a name that is meaningful and describes its content. If the variable has multiple words, like random number or max tries, use lowercase for the first word and capitalize the first letter of each additional word. That's called camel case because of the bump in the middle. Don't use spaces in JavaScript variable names, and consider avoiding underscores and dashes. A variable has a value, such as you win or 8. We can declare a variable without giving it initial value, like we do here. Or initialize the variable with a value using a single equal sign, as shown here. A variable has a data type, which identifies the kind of data stored in the variable. Unlike many strongly typed languages, we don't declare a variable type in JavaScript. But variables do have a type based on their content. The basic JavaScript data types include string, which is a text value and must be enclosed in either single or double quotes. Number, which is any numeric value. Don't put quotes around a number unless you want that number to be a string. Boolean has a value of true or false. It's great for flags, such as whether or not the user guessed correctly. Null is the absence of a value. We can assign a variable to null if we want to clear its value. And undefined is the value of a variable that has been declared but not assigned a value. In this example, guess has a value of undefined because it has not yet been set equal to anything. We declare a variable and optionally assign an initial value using one of these keywords. Let declares a variable whose value we can later change as needed. Const, which is short for constant, declares a variable that can only be set to a value when it's declared. After that, its value cannot be changed. That's great if you want to set up configuration information, such as the maximum number of tries, and ensure that value isn't changed when running the code. Var also declares a variable we can change, but is an older syntax. The key differences between let and var will be clear later in this course when we discuss variable scope. One stated best practice is to use const when you can, and use let when you must. That means initially declaring every variable using const, and if you find you need to change its value, go back and change the declaration to let instead. You then have fewer places that code could accidentally change your data. And notice that every variable declaration ends with a semicolon. Want to try this out? Let's declare some JavaScript variables. We are back in VS Code with our Guess a Number folder open on the left, looking at the index.js file, and our page is running in the browser on the right, with the developer tools open. Let's declare some variables at the top of the file. Starting with a string, we'll use let, name the variable feedback text, and use a single equal sign to assign it a value of you win, enclosed in quotes. We can use either single or double quotes, but every string must be inside quotes, and every declaration should end with a semicolon. Next, we'll declare a number. We'll use const, name the variable max tries, and assign it a value of 4. Then end it with a semicolon. Then we'll declare a Boolean. We'll use let, name the variable is last try, and assign it a value of false. We end the declaration with a semicolon. Let's do one more and not assign its value. We'll use let and name the variable guess, and end with a semicolon. Now let's copy the console.log and paste it 3 times. Then change it to display each of our variables. So we can better tell which variable is which in our logging, we can add text as the first argument passed to the log method. That way we can describe the logged value, feedback text, max tries, is last try, and guess. Since the first arguments are strings, called string literals, we do need quotes. Since the second arguments are variables and not string literals, we do not need quotes. Looking at the console, we see the value of each of our variables. And since we didn't assign a value to the guess variable, its value is undefined. Now let's try changing some of the variable values. We change a variable's value by assigning it to a different value using a single equal sign. Let's set feedback text to too low, and when VS Code saves and Live Server refreshes the page, we see the new value in the console. When we try to set max tries to a new value, we see an error in the console, assignment to constant variable. That's telling us that we can't assign a new value to a variable declared as a constant. And that's why we made it a constant. We want to ensure we don't ever accidentally assign it to a different value. So let's delete that, and instead set guess equal 8, and we see the new value appear in the console. We talked earlier about JavaScript being case-sensitive. Let's dig a little deeper into what that really means. In the console.log, let's change the spelling of max tries to max tries with a lowercase t. We now see an error in the console. Max tries is not defined. The browser sees these as two different variables. Let's change it back to get rid of our syntax error. Before we move on, let's talk about one more thing. JavaScript is a dynamically typed language. What does that mean? Just because we declared a variable and set it to a string doesn't mean it has to stay a string. We can dynamically change the type of a variable by assigning it to a different typed value. Let's change feedback text from a string to a number by setting it to 10. And the variable is now a number. So it's a string up here and a number down here. To confirm that, we can use an operator called typeOf. TypeOf returns the type of a passed-in variable. Let's copy the console.log and paste it before we change the type. And we'll add the typeOf operator so we can see the type of the feedback text variable. Then we'll copy and paste the new console.log after assigning a number. In the console, we see that the feedback text variable is first a string. Then it becomes a number. That's dynamic typing. Note that changing the type of a variable in a real web page is often not good practice. It can lead to errors and hard-to-find bugs. Let's leave our setup the way it is and jump back to the slides. So, here are some key takeaways about variables. Variable casing matters. JavaScript is case-sensitive, meaning that a variable must be spelled exactly the same with the same casing everywhere it's used. Declare a variable with let if the variable can be changed, and const if the variable should not be changed. Changing a variable declared with const generates an error. JavaScript is a dynamically typed language, meaning a variable type can change when assigned a value that is another type. Here we initialize feedback to a string, then later assign it to a number, and it changes its type. Though changing a variable's data type is not a recommended practice because it can lead to errors in the code as it's maintained over time. And as we've seen so far in this course, console.log is your friend. Use it anytime you want to see the value of a variable. It's especially useful if something isn't working as expected. Next up, let's explore the JavaScript if statement. Did you learn something new about JavaScript variables? Tell me about it in the comments, and like and subscribe.